Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
I like that, y'all. I like that, y'all. I like that, y'all.
Let it go. Let it go.
Hey there, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Good morning, crypto friends. How are we doing out there? We are live on June the 12th. This great Saturday. Looking here at Bitcoin, BTC, USD. As we can see, we're still struggling to get through that 39K. Get up there, bounce back, rejected. So now we are stuck in between the 26-day indicated by this blue line and the 100-day moving average. So we see it's rejected once. So let's get up there and get you some support and resistance levels as we make another go at it. So we are looking at support to hold at the 35,316.78. And first off, we're going to need to try to get back through that 35,900. So 35,900.11 USD. Let's move on over to Ethereum, ETH USD. As you can see, we did blow out all the stop losses here. So we are scouting into these. Looks like we might enter right here as we speak. So we're looking at 2365.95 as our support level to lean back on this next bounce attempt, and we are trying to get back up through. So we have resistance coming in. Watch out for that blue line there. That's the 26-day moving average, and then resistance 2490.25, previous high. If you're wondering about all these indicators and what have you on the screen, I do have a how-to tutorial, very quick one, so you can chart these things along with me. It's over there in the chat, the link in the URL. I urge you to go there and check that out to learn how to do your own technical analysis based on the style that I use. Well, let's move on to BNB USD, down 1%, right at it anyway. So we are looking at support 340.419 and resistance when we climb back through. As you see this here, we are rejecting off of that 12-day moving average for resistance, but let's look up here and the 26. So previous price action 354.70 will be the next level to watch out for as we try to climb back through these moving averages. So let's move on to ADA USD, also known as Cardano. ADA, good bounce down here. So we are back in this thing. So let's have a look here. We'll zoom in a little bit better. There we go. So looking at support to hold up at the 1.451 and new resistance level. Let's go to the 1 hour. Zoom in here just a little bit to see. Yeah, there it was. There's your resistance at the 1.48. So tight range as we watch through here to get through these moving averages as well. Moving on to DOT USD. That one is the PolkaDot. 20.50 is your support level to watch out for. And once again, we'll pop over to the 1 hour here. Should be right in that area. There we go. Resistance at the 21.05. Let's move on to Doge. There's the Doge stuck in this little. We did get all the way up to the 0.35. Now we're looking down at, I don't want to move that though. We're looking down at support at the, sitting right on it as we speak, 0.3130. So looking for that support there, and then resistance up at the 0.320. I'm sorry, 0.3210, I should say. There we go. Moving on to Litecoin, LTC, USD. So we are looking at support to hold up at the, right there, 160.40. And resistance now going to be the 163.27. Converging moving averages just above that. So keep an eye out for that as well. Let's move on to LINK USD Chainlink. Chainlink's up 1.68% for the day. And we do have a bounce attempt in play for most of these names. Just want to throw that out there. And we are starting to come into all these moving averages. So we'll split this one up here. Go to the 1 hour time frame to get a little bit more clarity. We're looking at resistance up there to 22.277. Let's have a look at Stellar. XLM USD up 2.68%. We have support right there on that previous low at the 0.320. And looking at resistance as we're trying to bust through that 12-day moving average as we speak. So resistance up there. There we go. At the 0.340. Moving on to Vechain, VET USD up 0.35% for the day. So we're looking at support 0.103. And there's your resistance level at the 0.113. Heading on over to FIL USD. So we're looking at support at 69.49 and resistance at the 73.00, that round psychological number. And moving on to STORJ down 1.67%. All these stop losses were triggered. We're going to look at support on this previous pivot over here. So 0.906 and then resistance now coming back through as we'll flip over here to the 1 hour time frame. And yeah, it looks like we're struggling with that 26-day moving average there. So looking at 0.928 resistance. For STORJ, let's move on to IOTA, Internet of all things. So we have support now down there at the 1.02, so right on that $1 mark, hanging on to that. And as we know, we'll flip over here to the 1 hour time frame and have a look at, there she is. That resistance level 1.06. Heading on over to COMP, COMP USD. And we have support there at the 292.80 and resistance. We're going to see, I bet, dead center of that candle right there. And there it is. Resistance at the 306.63. Heading over to basic attention coin, BAT USD is down 1.93%. We have a support at the, right there on that pivot, so 0.606. Get through that previous high there, so now we're on to the 1 hour time frame. Break that up just a little, there we go. We're going to look at resistance to encounter at the 0.637. Head on to Ethereum Classic, that's ETC USD. We have support, double bottom there at the 53.54 and resistance now. Going to look at the 56.53 for ETC USD. Have a look at MANA, MANAUSDC. All right, somebody hit the sell button on that one. We see we got all the way down there to 0.62, so we're setting at support now, 0.6638, and going to climb back up through somewhere in that neighborhood. So let's go to the 1 hour. There it is, 0.680. Heading on to ZIL, ZIL USD down 1.55%. Not as much bounce action on ZIL as of yet. So we're looking at support to hold 0.095 and switch to the 1 hour. Get that resistance level. We are right on that resistance you see there from that previous candle. So we're going to look up here and be optimistic just above that 26-day moving average at the 0.101. Heading on to NU USD up 3.84% for the day. As you can see, a very clear downtrend here on this name, so we are looking for a more substantial bounce in play. Looking at support 0.2710. If you're in this guy, I would put my stop just beneath this previous low here. And looking at resistance now up at the 0.303. NMR USD climbing back into our buy target there, so we're on the bounce. So we need it to hold support at the 38.534 and resistance now at this 12-day moving average. Previous support becomes resistance, so there's our pivot right there on that $40 range. So there's your resistance right on the 40. And then of course you would look up here at this previous high at the 41.72. Heading on to GRT USD, down 0.73% for the day. And we're looking at 0.600 support. And we have a little bit of wiggle room here. Let's switch over to the 1 hour. Yeah, we're trying to get past that 26-day. You can see it's holding us down. Need the bulls to step up and buy this bad boy up through there at the 0.615 is your resistance. And on over to UNI. Uniswap. Looking down the support to hold 21.31, and we will tell you what we'll do. Watch out for that 12-day moving average to be resistance, and then we're going to look up at the 23.167. RSI did get into the oversold, so that's our bounce play. And let's move on to AAVE USD, up 0.58%. And we are looking at support 281.10. And I'll bet you that's going to be our resistance level. We look over here, it's pretty close. At the 290.07. Heading on over to MKR USD, up 1.85%. So a little bit stronger bounce here in play for MKR. 2935.18 is your support level to watch out for. And all this previous support is giving us some grief here. So we're looking up at the resistance level at 3029.99 for MKR. Moving on to MATIC, MATIC USD. Looking at support to hold 1.2281 and resistance probably right in that region. Let's switch to the 1 hour, get that clarity we need. There it are. There's your resistance level, 1.290. Moving on to SOL USD. So we're looking at support down. Watch out for this 100-day moving average. Should give us some support. We did overshoot that on the sell side, but I think we'll get back up here and just ride that 100-day. So look at 35.153 for your support. And then your resistance level, as you see, we tried to get up through into these next set of moving averages, 36.996. Heading on into audio. Audio doing a little bit of consolidation here after its big run up yesterday, and then sold it all the way back down. So we're looking at support 0.9747 and resistance level as we climb up through. Let's see, we got to get through here. These two converging moving averages, the 12 and the 26, and the previous high at 1.022 is your resistance to watch out for. Moving over to the Chiliz, CHZ USD. As you can see, had a really good run up. That was the star of the show yesterday. We are trying to get right there, holding on this support level, that previous low, just above that 12-day moving average, 0.287. We do have the 12 that crossed over the 100-day. 26-day moving average is trending up, so we'll look about, I would say, within the next 8 hours for this 26-day to cross and give us some more upside potential. And we are going to look up here at the resistance level. It's going to be actually here on this previous high at the 0.297. Then we got some wiggle room to get back up there to that previous high. So moving on to Theta, THETA USD. $7.751 is the support to watch out for, and resistance on that 100-day as we try to get through that thing. And we'll switch over here to the 1 hour. And there it is. At the 8.147, right smack dab on that 100-day moving average. And the previous high. Moving on to ENJB USD. Down 4.63%, so this one bled off after a nice little run up. As you are aware, crypto very volatile. That's why we do our technical analysis and fundamental analysis. Support 1.232 and resistance at the 1.315. Heading on over to ONE USD, Harmony 1. Got that stop loss. We still are within the buy target, so I will probably, more than likely, yes, I will. This is not financial advice, but I will re-enter this trade here as soon as we can break above this previous high and set ourselves a higher low, then break above there. There we go. We have support 0.0738, and let's get in here to the 1 hour. Close there. Resistance there at the 0.0778 for Harmony 1. Heading over to PAXG USD. This one's pegged to gold. The gold is the inflation play that most people lean on during those kind of things. 1889.30 is your support level. And resistance up there, just as these converging moving averages of 1226. So right there on that previous high, 1895.49. And let's move into the crypto market cap. We're looking here at BTC.D on TradingView. TradingView is free, by the way. You can run out there and grab it. No credit card, no nothing required. I do have the pro version that gives me the ability to use more indicators and more alerts and more functionality, but the free version is very nice to have. Highly recommend it. There is a link in the description for you to go out there and grab that thing. So BTC.D, we're slightly down about 2.86%, down to 44.34% of the total crypto market cap is in BTC. And so usually when we see this, that indicates that folks are taking the BTC pair and trading alts. And that's why the alts are up and BTC slightly down. Let's move over to ETH.D, Ethereum. As you can see, folks are using BTC to buy ETH. So Ethereum is at 18.72, so we are up about 5%, 4.79 to be exact. And then let's have a look at Doge. Doge pretty flat here at 2.70% of the crypto market cap. And speaking of which, total crypto market cap $1,497,000,000,000. So 1.5 trillion roughly. As we start to, we're down about 2%. So giving back just a little back into fiat as folks are parking money on the exchanges, getting ready with fresh powder to trade. Well, that's my optimistic view for today. Hope you're having a great Saturday out there, and I will see you tomorrow at the Crypto Morning Show. Have a great day, folks. Be sure to like, subscribe while you're there. Takes about 3 seconds, no pain, no hassle. Have a great day. See you soon.